What criteria are you using to identify who your running mate is?
Always, it's got to be one thing. It's got to be who would be a good president. No matter who you are, things happen. It's got to be number one.
You haven't decided who it is?
I have a lot of good ideas, but I haven't. And there's no reason to do that quickly.
So you haven't told that person, you're my person?
I speak to everybody. I speak to everybody. You know, I called Tim Scott this because a lot of people like Tim Scott. I called him and I said, you're a much better candidate for me than you are for yourself. Kristi Noem has been incredible fighting for me. She said I'd never run against him because I can't beat him. That was a very nice thing to say.
All right, Guy, is Trump playing with us?
What a backhanded compliment of Tim Scott, by the way. Oh, you're really good at campaigning. For me, not so much for yourself. I don't know about this. So his first part of the answer is, of course, the right thing to say. You look for the best possible president. But there are political considerations beyond that. And a lot of the scuttlebutt, the speculation and conjecture has been, well, it's probably going to be a woman or a person of color or both. And then he name checks two people, one of each checking those boxes. I don't know. Like, it could just be a very straightforward thing where he's saying, you don't need any more surprises or drama from me. It's probably going to be one of these people, so get ready. Or he is throwing a little chum in the water for everyone to talk about, and he's got someone else in mind.
So anytime I would speak to MAGA in the last several months, and I'd go to all the impeachments, the Trump impeachment tour, I would ask them, like, what do you think? Because all of them referred to the presidential debates, the Republican presidential debates, as, you know, a VP debate, basically, because no one had any illusion that they were going to win unless Trump, you know, dropped dead of a heart attack. So there was like a lot. I would ask them about each different candidate and what they thought. There were people that were Vivek Ramaswamy, not too popular. For obvious reasons, because he's not white, he's not Christian. Not white, not Christian. People had different reasons. You know, to be fair, there were people, there were MAGAs that were like, yeah, Ramaswamy, like, go Ramaswamy. But there's footage on my YouTube of people being like, nope. And one guy flat out saying he's not a Christian. He's a Hindu and he, believes in a Hindu God. So, he's out. Haley DeSantis, they've all trash talked Trump to the point where I don't think that, Trump could probably forgive Haley a little bit more than DeSantis. DeSantis, his base has basically taken a blood oath against DeSantis. It's probably the only thing I could agree with MAGA on is whenever I speak to them about hating DeSantis, they unilaterally are like, screw this guy. He is establishment. He's just, bleh. He's nothing. Now, Tim Scott would be, if Tim Scott becomes the VP candidate, I don't want this for reasons that we're endlessly going to hear from MAGA. Like, see, we're not racist anymore. Like, see, how can we be racist if we also chose Tim Scott as a VP candidate? Like, how can we be racist if we also chose this guy who, denies, that systemic racism exists, wants us to all, hug a cop, and he's black and, I don't want to hear that. Good God. The one popular candidate that MAGA all agrees on, hands down, across the board, is Marjorie Taylor Greene. They are like, they're with it. They're about it. It's not a hard choice for anyone because she has just been loyal to him in every way from the beginning. So MAGA would absolutely love that because she is a pure through and through Trump loyalist. And what the MAGA crowd values above everything is loyalty and fealty. So they're like, all right, well, this is someone that's not going to betray him to the deep state. This sounds insane. Whereas Democrats, it's like, well, policy-wise and blah, blah, blah. There's like much more into it. MAGA, it's like, well, this person's going to be loyal to Trump. They're not going to stab Trump in the back. Unlike Pence. Am I right? Am I right? Woo!